Andrew Tate isn't masculine. You don't believe me? It's probably the only reason you clicked on this. I'm going to take to that. Alright, bear with me real quick. Just imagine you're successful and rich if you're not already. Um, yeah, you got a lot of money, nice car, all that. You're out and about, you meet a woman out on the street, right? You start talking to her. She seems really friendly, really into you. You guys just keep chatting, and you never really seen a girl this good looking. She's kind of dressed a little provocatively, but she seems super nice. She thinks you're the best thing she's ever met. Tells you how handsome you are. Asks you about your job. Kind of flirts with you a bit. Makes you feel special. Makes you feel masculine. Right? You're way into her. So, you just keep this going for a second, and obviously you're trying to close the deal. So that time comes, and you go to, say put your hand down her pants and feel a dick. And you look up and you realize it's Andrew Tate. It's not really some hot girl. It's Andrew Tate standing there in front of you. You weren't talking to some hot girl this whole time. You were talking to Andrew Tate. He was the one making you feel special. He was the one flirting with you and, telling you what you wanted to hear. Not some girl. He was just dressed up like a girl. Right? Is that right? Is that right for someone to do? Would that be right for Andrew Tate to do? Because that's what he fucking did. He just did it online. It still counts, bro. That's not masculine shit at all. He pretended to be a girl. He brags about it. You can find the clips. He brags about it in multiple clips. But ultimately, like, the keyboard's not plugged in for the girl. He has a second keyboard plugged in, he says. And he's the one doing all the talking on a webcam girl's show. So these guys think that they're talking to this hot girl on the screen, but really through the chat they're talking to Andrew Tate or his brother or whatever. What do you think? I mean, these dudes are sending money. That's how he got rich, right? That's where all the money came from at first. Now he's doing something different, but $20,000. How do you get a dude to give a girl $20,000? What do you think she's got to be saying? What do you think Andrew Tate was saying on a webcam thing where the girls dress all provocatively? What do you think he's saying? He's pretending to be a girl and he's flirting with dudes and he's probably making sexual comments and stuff like that and making the guy think that he's about to get laid until he gives up the money. And then he kept it going. He would milk these dudes for all he could get out of them. When the dudes would be like, man, I don't think this is for real. I think you were lying to me. He would manipulate them. He would play head games and get them to ultimately end up sending more money for making them feel like they were wrong. And he brags about it. He cons weak, lonely men who happen to be rich out of their money, pretending to be a webcam girl, dressed up digitally as a webcam girl. That's not masculine shit, bro. That's why he's acting so masculine and acting like he cares so much about men's mental health and stuff like that. He took advantage of men. I think all the sex trafficking stuff, all that, I always said that was bullshit, most likely. I mean, I don't really know. That's not what my problem with him was. Him and these women both teamed up to take advantage of weak-minded men, lonely men. The women were bad too. They tried to make it all about the women. No, he took advantage of men. So did the girls. Men were the victim here. He was the predator. He used the women, so they were too, because they knew what was happening. They just wanted these guys' money, and they would do whatever. They would lie, cheat, steal, whatever. They manipulated these men out of their money, and Andrew Tate did it by pretending to be a girl and having to talk for hours at a time on and off with all these different men, telling them whatever they wanted to hear so that they would give money. That's how he got rich. That's how you want to get rich. Being some fucking pretend she-whore, but you're really a man? Lying? And then saying the complete opposite? Just goes to show you how far charisma goes. He's charismatic. I mean, so is, Barack Obama. But that doesn't mean that he wasn't killing millions of kids in the Middle East, right? It doesn't matter if you're charismatic. You can still be an evil piece of shit. Andrew Tate is evil. That's why he's talking all this Islam bullshit. I'm not saying Islam's bullshit. What he's saying is bullshit. He lies and lies and lies. I still like him. There's things I like about him. I just don't think he's a saint. I don't think you should think he's a saint. I don't think you should look up to him and try to be him and use his image of the ideal man as your image. Because he's a flawed man. He's heavily flawed. The way he talks too about women, like, oh, you better have money or you're not going to get laid. These women won't want anything to do with you. Motherfucker, I've been getting laid by very attractive women my whole life. And I mean, I'm decently good looking, a fucked up hairline or whatever. I'm not the best looking dude. But I know how to dickmatize a girl. I don't need any money to do that. I know how to make a girl feel special. Because I treat them like they're special. Because I go after the ones that I think are special. I don't treat women like they're just disposable. And that this whole you have to have money to get women thing is... I could just tell he's flawed. You just can't dick her down good enough. If you dick a girl down really good, bro, she will stand by your side. I bet you, I've thought about this with those homeless dudes on the side of the street you see walking around with you could tell a decently attractive woman. I'm like, what the fuck? Does she want drugs that bad? Like, what is she doing with this dude? She could just get, a better looking dude if she cleaned up. Bet you that dude's probably piping that shit down because, I don't know. I mean, it's kind of besides the point, but you don't need to be rich to have a woman, and a lot of the good women won't really care too much. They just want some level of security, but you don't need a Bugatti for that, alright? I think many more women of quality would rather be with someone who is honest and that they can trust what they say and the things that come out of their mouth are going to be true versus someone who got all their money by dressing up like a girl digitally online and flirting with men and telling them things to get them to part ways with their money that weren't true. Right? And if the woman wants that man, I don't know, she just wants his money. She doesn't want him. She's banging the pool guy that looks like me. You think the women that Andrew Tate are with are fucking letting him sleep with all these women and then just be like, oh, okay, as long as he gives me the money. You think women are pushovers like that? You don't get women, bro. They are for sure getting theirs on the side. While Andrew Tate's out and about, his girl is getting banged by some broke dude who's just dicking her down in a way he could never do. Listen to the way he talks. You could tell he doesn't even factor that in. He doesn't even factor that into his relationships with women because he doesn't see it as a factor because it hasn't been a factor for him. If he could do it, it would be a factor though because it's a big one. He's a sucker, bro. I don't know. I just got pissed because I said this to somebody on Instagram in a very polite way, and a bunch of Andrew Tate followers reported me, and I got banned for the day today. So I'm a little heated about the way people follow him, I guess. I never really cared. He's been out for a couple years now. I ain't say shit, I'm only saying it now because I didn't realize he had such a fucking cult following like that. I mean, you hear it, but that's just lame, bro. Like, they got... And what sparked this all is because if you go and watch it, Sean Strickland, the MMA champ right now, he was saying the same thing, and I fucking was loving it because that I hadn't heard anyone really say it that way, and that's how I've always felt about him. And then, luckily, most of the comments were like, "Yeah, he's speaking facts though." So, tides are turning on that motherfucker. I just wanted to say my piece, and that's it.